Hello, good afternoon to Manic Fishing. It's 1:30. I've been rained off today. It's Friday, so I'm going to go out and I'm going to have a little flick about on the reefs. I'm going to try out these today, which are DRX sand eels. These are from Drift. I've got a few different ones out here. They're a weedless sand eel. I think they're 35 grams. Yeah, 35 grams, so these would be perfect. I'm also going to try out this, which is a shoal stick. And what I've done is I've actually put a 7-gram leaded hook on this because I find it better action for the reef. So I'll try that as well. That has like a 360 darting movement on it, so it'd be quite good. And also I'm going to try my Manic Fishing ones. That's just a pink one I've made up. But these are the ones that were doing it last time, so I'll try these. And I've got a few different heads here which I'll try. I think these are about a 10-gram head, little head, so I'll just literally attach that like that. There you go. And these seem to work really well until I get out there and see it. I think it's a 7/4 tide, so it might be a bit too light, that. So if that's the case, I've got some slightly heavier ones here which are just shop built, and I've got these from Martin at the Angling Centre. These are 50 grams, so these would be perfect because the lure itself is about, I don't know, about 20 grams I suppose, so it'd be perfect. That he's making me some up at the minute which he's gonna do in luminous powder coat, so they should be quite good. So let's put one of these on here as well. So literally you just go in through it like that, pull that on. There you go, and that will work really well. So what I'll do is I'm going to get the 2 o'clock locks. I've got half hour. I'll set my electrics up, get myself all ready and hit out. I'm also going to, this time, because there was a load of mackerel out there last time, I've got 3 feathers on there, or 4 feathers on there, and I've got like a squid jig on the bottom, so with one of Craig's luminous weights, so I'll just have that dangling over the side just in case. I never know, I might pick up some mackerel or maybe even a squid. So let's get myself out there. Right, so I'm just in the lock, got the baby all strapped up, ready to go with his life jacket. So just waiting for the lock. Okay, so I've just got out here. There's a few commercial bass boys. One of them's just smashed straight across my bow. I don't know what that was all about, but there you go. Okay, so I'm on an ebb drift. Let's see how we get on. So I'm down with a little drift weedless. These are the DRX shads, so we'll see how we get on. Straight in. Oh, I thought I was. Let's just put my phone on focus. Got a friend of mine over there in a commercial cat, wild cat. He comes from my fishing club. His father's Mick Luck. He's one of the boatmen at our fishing club. Nice lad, Darren. Don't know how they're getting on, whether they're live baiting or what they're doing. I think I spoke to a guy in the lock, and they're using lures today, so see how we get on. If it gets too crowded, I'll move somewhere else, but you know, we should all be able to fish here. Always makes you wonder when you see all the boats sort of further over, are they on the fish or aren't they? I'll move round anyway. Let's get this rod out of the way. Let's lay this up the side here so it's safe, and I'll try that a bit later. So what I'm doing is I'm coming about 50 foot over each time just to see if I can find these fish. glorious day. As I said, tomorrow's not looking too bad, but on a Saturday every man and his mum will be out, so I don't want to you know, I don't like being crowded out here, so today was my best option. Just doing these little wrist snaps. But even though I'm moving over about 50 foot, I seem to be coming back on exactly the same drift line each time. So I'll move over about 100 foot next time and it should correct that. It's showing a load of fish down there now. Seem to be higher up in the water. Let's just adjust a little bit. And once you catch one, your confidence comes. I'm always tempted to switch around with these lures. I might try this one. This is like a white one. Mind you, I think the yellow is the colour, but I say till you start catching. What I'll do is I'll let this drift go a little bit further this time, just to see if they are, you know, further down. I don't want to crowd these commercial fishermen, but there's 4 of them and they all seem to be over that area, like not where I am, so it always makes you a little bit paranoid. You think, well, they know what they're doing, but probably a lot better than what I do. I haven't seen the landing nets coming out. Darren's just about to move. I'll say if it gets a bit crowded, then I'll just go on to a reef, but I wouldn't mind catching a couple of bass. So I'm just coming round. I'm just aware of all these commercial guys around me. I don't want to get too close to them, so I'm just going to stop short of where I actually want to be. But yeah, they can. I mean, I know 2 of them, but there's a guy. Oops, let's turn that off. There was a guy steamed straight across my bow as I come out, so I don't know quite what that was all about, but I'll just keep well away from them. And you know, as I say, I'm only here to catch a couple of fish and go. You know, I don't want to get in their way, but you know, we're still entitled to fish. So it's showing quite a lot of fish here, so let's just flick this up here a bit so my line's going out a bit better. There's loads of fish down there, so let's get this out the back. That's it. And I can work this lure a bit better. So I'm down with the Drift DRX sand eel, 35 gram weedless. So yeah, that drift where I want to be is virtually exactly where they are, but as I said, we'll try here. If it gets too crowded, then I'll move. You know, I'm only out here pleasure fishing. So I'm not quite sure how they fish. Some of them fish with 4 or 5 sidewinders on almost like a mackerel trace, you know, and they jig that. But, you know, as I say, they're after catching quantity. I'm only about, you know, catching 1 or 2, hopefully nice ones. Because this lure's out the back, it's working in the tide. So it's, I'm covering that ground, just doing these gentle wrist snaps. The dogs are coming out in the sun. All right, Pip. Hey, Dingo. Good girl. Where the baby? Where the baby? Right, so I've just moved slightly over, so I'm away from the crowd a little bit. I'm just going to do my own thing and work this bank how I know how to work it. So we'll see what happens. Very quiet out here today. Not a sound at all. Beautiful day. So it was really lashing down this morning. I didn't work and I thought, I looked at the weather, I knew by about 2 o'clock it would be fine and the tide would be moving. I think by about 3, half 3, what's the time now, 20 past 3, yeah, half 3, I reckon we'll hopefully the fishing will start to pick up. There's a load down there now. Yep, nice. I think they're only small, but I'll take it, first one. Yeah, I mean, that's a keeper there. They'd keep that. Let's just try and get it in the net. Made that look hard work. So yeah, come out, Skip. So yeah, on a drift shad, that's a nice size. That's a keeper. Alright, so let's get back round. Come out, Skip. So yeah, just had one, you know, decent size really. You know, nice table size. And that was on that drift, weedless. I say I like to do my own thing. I'm not saying I'm, you know, they're right and I'm wrong. It's just work in different areas, you know. Don't want to be right on top of these people. So they seem to be on top of this bank. They don't seem to be over the ledge like they were the other day. As I said, it's all about finding these fish, you know. So hopefully, I think I'm going to go round on exactly that same drift. So there's the lure that caught them. Drift, weedless. So let's go back round. So I'm about on the same sort of drift where I caught that last one. So the line's out nice. I'm about the same drift as I was before. Until you actually catch your first fish, you're constantly questioning, is it the right lure? You know, is this the colour that's going to work? As I said, really and truthfully, if them fish are feeding, they will take literally anything that's banged in front of them. But I do like the action of these. Superb. The water is a little bit cloudy, so the yellow's working well. Yep. Yep. He's swimming to me. Anyhow, look, real baby this one, but still a little fish. Yeah, really little one, that one. So let's check to make sure my weedless is, my hook's back in there properly. So yeah, that's back in there nicely now, so let's get that back over. The lure was nearly the same size as that fish. So we want to get his daddy. I'm just coming across the top part of that bank, so I'm not going to extend my drift. I'm just going to go another couple of 100 foot and then turn round and go back round. They seem to be showing on the top of this bank at the minute. Yep, that feels better. That feels much better. That feels like a nice one now. Yeah, that's a proper bass. Ah, and it's off. That was a proper one then. Oh well, the one that got away. That felt like a double. As I say, they're hard fighting fish. It's a job to tell till you get it in the boat. That was a beauty, that. Right, so let's retrieve in and see what the state of my lure is. Yeah, the lure's fine. So let's go back round. So let's get down again. So as I say, I lost that. Can't keep going on about the one you lost, but that felt something. That really did feel something nice. You know, when it's pulling line off your clutch, you know. Yep. Yeah. I don't think that was the monster that I wanted, but it's still a nice. I mean, almost sometimes feel like they come off because it's only very small, this one. Very small, but there you go, little bass. So come on, let's get the biggie. Yeah. Yeah, I just think I'm hitting the mother load of small ones, but another little one. Right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my MANIC lure on and have a go with that. So I've got one here. So let's go down with this little MANIC worm. See how we get on with this. Yep. Yeah, they're only little baby ones, but you can see that's on the MANIC lure. So I think these fish are starting to feed a bit better now, so we're doing about 1.7 knot. We've slowed down slightly, so that might bring them on the feed a bit. So the water is quite coloured. So I'm just coming over the top of this bank now, so I think I'm going to move back round. As soon as I say that, I start getting some bleeping. Right, I'm going to move round. Right, so what I've done is I switched over to a drift DRX, but this is a white coloured one. Yep. It's only a little baby, but that's on a drift DRX. So there's another bass boat come out. So I think I'm in the right spot. Just be nice to get that, you know, that nice size one. So I'm just going to flick this out a bit further. I like to have it quite a bit away from the boat. Just give me a better action. So let's flick this out the back. I can work it better in the tide, you know. Yep. Ah, I think, yeah. Just nailed it, that one. Skip likes it. Yeah, they're all very small, but as I say, all quite good fun. All on them DRXs. See that? You have to be quite careful when you're touching them because your spine will go into you. I'm loving this rod, this 10-rear injection. As I said, I've always had that bulldog, and that's been beautiful. I love it for, you know, for wrecking and that, but this is just a different game on here. Yeah, you can hear that bleeping now. Hundreds of them down there. Whether I can get one or not. Yep. Yep. Oh, that feels slightly better. Yep, that's better. Yeah, that's a better one. So that's a keeper, that one. Come out, Skip. Out, Skip. Skip. No. Skip. Dog's trying to go for the bass. No, get out. So yeah, that's a better one. That's a nice size one.
Sorry, mate.
Oh, so no, that's all right. I'll be honest. I had it on focus, and so that no one could ring. And I don't know how you've managed to get through on it, but you did. Are you coming out then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever fished out? I know you're like, you might just filled up and you bagged up, left nothing near catching you.
Well, I don't keep fish, so there's plenty here.
I've been taking a bit, mate.
yeah, loads of fish here. All right, mate. I'll see you soon.
Where you gone? Where are you?
I'm not far. Come and find me. You'll see all the boats out here.
There's fucking loads of buddies there, isn't there?
Yeah. I'll see you in a minute.
Oh, mate.
Yeah. Bye. Yep, that feels better. Nice. This one does feel like the one I lost. So they're getting bigger. Let's get it round here. Well, not quite as big, but still nice. Let's get him back. So yeah, it was just a case of finding these fish, and we have found them. It's just fighting through the small ones now to get the quality ones. As I said, I've got quite a bit of competition around me. But my friend Grant's over the back there. I think he's too scared to come in, play with the boys. Right, so we're going to go down with this shoal shad and give it a go. These work wicked. They do almost like a darting 360 affair in the water. Oh, we'll see. And this literally just wants little taps, wrist taps to make this work, and it literally darts all over the show. It's like, almost looks like a wounded whiting, or you know, a wounded fish when you're working it. I've ordered some of these. I've got them coming. I spoke to Matt a couple of days ago. I'm hoping he's going to come down. Well, he is going to come down, and we're going to do a bit of fishing. So it'd be nice to get out on the boat with the guy who makes these lures. There's Grant over the back there. So this is I think it's a 22 gram stick, but I've put a 7 gram weighted hook on it. It just gives it a little bit more. That doesn't how they don't come like that. They just come with a screw-in hook. But I've put this on here just for my own preference. So I say I've had a few, so I can play around with different lures and see what's working. Until I catch on this, I won't be confident. So I am actually going to change my lure. I know I said I wouldn't, but I'm going to change it. I'm going to go back to this. I'm actually going to go and try one of mine again. Just alter that hook a bit lower. That's it. So we're going on with a MANIC. So these are mine. MANIC lure. Yep. Straight in with a MANIC. Only little, but straight on with the MANIC lure. There you go. Yep. Oops. No, Skip. It'll hurt you. Get off it. No, Skip. Little bugger, isn't he? Trouble is, he gets them spikes in his nose. That'll be the end of him. So I think it's just a case of getting through these small ones, you know. Yep. He's swimming towards me. Our MANIC lure. So there you go. And the beauty with these lures is they're so cheap, you can just put another one on, but there's nothing wrong with this one. I'll just push it back up a bit and we're good to go again. Yeah, you can see where that pulled that tail. See, I will super glue these when I get the correct heads. I'm waiting for Martin to make me some up. I'll super glue that on, stop that happening. I'm not getting the unit until the 12th now. Yeah, just another one on the MANIC. Right, so I'm going to go and try a reef a few miles away and just have a couple of drifts over that, see how I get on. So I've just moved. I'm just going to try this little reef here. Never really fished this one much. It's used to be a renowned reef for bass, but we'll just have a little flick over it. It's only about half a mile away from where I'm going, so it's silly to drive straight across it without trying it. And what I'm going to do is, I've got this MANIC lure on at the minute, but I'm going to, when I get on this horse, I'm going to switch over to these drift weedless because they will save me on that reef. It is a complete grabber. And hopefully there may be some little codlings on there. Oh, a little grab then. Oh, yeah. Whether that's a reef or whether that's a little wrasse. Okay, I think I'm just going to go to the original reef that I was going to fish. So if I get my my lure on now, then I'm ready for when I get there. So I'm going to go with the lemon one, weedless. This is a drift DRX, 35 grams. Okay. So let's make sure that hooks nicely in that, and then it shouldn't catch up as much, you know. Well, hopefully it won't catch at all, but right, okay, let's get round there then. I'll see you on there, yeah? So I'm just pulling up to this reef now. So I'm on an ebb drift. I know this one quite well. As I said, this is a grabber, this one. So this is where I might start to lose some gear. Right. So I'm going down with a 35 gram yellow and white drift DRX, and we're doing, well, we're not settled yet, but we're doing just over 2 knots, so quite fast but quite nice. And it's bleeping a bit, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to try and bounce this down as well, because I want to see if there's might be some squid down here. So I'm no expert at this, but let's just put this down. If I put it to the bottom, and then I'll wind it up a bit and just have it bouncing. That's on the bottom, so let's give it a few turns, and I'm just going to let that one bounce over the side. So that's showing quite a few fish down there. hopefully there'll be bass and codling. Now, through experience of working this reef, I sort of know where to position myself on a certain tide, on an ebb and a flood. I know roughly where it is. It's quite a big reef and I only tend to work one area of it. So it's showing loads of fish down there, but whether we can snarl one is another matter. We like the bleeping. Please let me know if that rod starts going over the side. And I say the squid are showing. My friend Dave Cramp, I think you see him in the previous video when we were out wrecking, he had the squid of all squids, Kraken it was massive. It was absolute, like the size of that fender. Huge thing. So I wouldn't mind trying to catch one this year, but whether I do or not, trouble is I haven't really got the patience for it. Yeah, we're coming across this lovely. So I've stuck with a lemony lure because I know that before I've caught these codling on sort of lemony, rhubarb custardy sort of coloured, you know, so I've sort of doubling my odds. I may get a bass. I've been hitting bass on them, and I may hopefully pick up a codling, you know. That'd be lovely if I could, but well, that's a shame. I've lost one of my lovely weights. Yep, nice. That's a fish. That's a nice one. Yeah, that feels nice. Great. Right, I don't want to lose this. This feels really nice. Great. That grabbed that. I don't want my drag set too much, so I'm going to lose it. This feels quite nice, this. Not quite what it is. Doesn't seem to be fighting like a bass. Doesn't seem to be fighting too much at all, but oh, it's a codling. Nice. So that's lovely. So there you go. Beautiful. So that's a lovely, healthy. Look at that. Beautiful reef cod. Well, codling. Beautiful. Pleased with that. Look at that. Well, there you go. Let's get him back. Beautiful. Well, that was great. Well, I didn't seem to fight. I didn't actually think it was a cod, because normally they fight like mad. So what I'm going to do is, because I'm virtually at the end of this reef, I'm going to turn round. I'm going to go back round and start on that drift again. So yeah, fantastic codling. Right, so I just had that nice codling, so let's get back down and see if I can get another one. I'll hopefully swim off and I'll catch it again bigger on the wrecks later in the year. Well, hopefully where there's one, there's others. So we're roughly on the same sort of drift, slightly over. Oh, I thought that was one then. I'm glad I moved, you know. I thought, you know, it's all right. I suppose I must have had a dozen bass, but it's you know, very small one, so it is nice to, you know, I enjoy it. It's just sport for me, you know. So it's a shame about the one I lost, but you can't keep banging on about that. But there you go. But yeah, it's worth, you know, when you move and you catch fish, it's worth, you know, it's worth the move. So I'm only going to have probably 1 or 2 more drifts, because I'm going to hit that 6:30 lock. I think it's 5:45 now, so wind's picking up a bit, but nothing major. But it did show it was going to kick up a little bit. I don't know what the weather's like for tomorrow, but as I said, I'm glad I went today. I'm back on the exact drift as I was before. As I said, the wind is taking me slightly different this time, but it's all gravy. Well, when we first came across this exact same drift, it was showing loads of fish. See, whether they're spooked or not, you know, you come across them once and they'll just swim away. But you know, the codlin and the pollock, they don't seem to bother them really. But bass are finicky as anything. You know, that's why a lot of the commercial boys, they do get the ump, and I don't blame them really. I'm very courteous and very cautious when I'm fishing reefs and things like that, especially if there's a commercial on there. I always make sure I go round, you know, never cut across. You know, some of these weekend warriors, they're shocking, and you know, you can't blame the old commercial guys for having the ump with them. Well, I'll tell you what, it's 5:45, I'm going to smash in and I'm going to try and catch that 6:00 lock. Right, so safe back in Sovereign Harbour. Thanks for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. At the end of the video you'll see a prompt for another video, and then you'll see the MANIC Fishing logo. Hit that logo, that's my subscribe button. Thanks for watching.